Okay, fixing it. I hope you have audio in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Audio. Yeah, when I do my intro, I always forget to click the video, the audio signal back on. Okay, guys, I wanted to tell you all so much how much I love you, how much I appreciate your support and your donations in the GoFundMe account that we had going for the hurricane victims and earthquake and fire victims. And even though we haven't helped anybody with the earthquakes or the fires, we were collecting funds for any one of the fish fam that had been going through tragedies that needed a few financial assistance. So I just wanted to again say thank you. I have closed that campaign. I believe at this time we had collected $805, I think, and we've helped, as of date, we've helped 3, but I'm getting ready to help a 4th fish fam member as they help their families. And I will be sending some more money to Joseph at JH Aquatics because he is so missing doing the fish fam news, and he got us all hooked and addicted before these tragedies hit his island. So we are glad that he is, doing as well as he can without water some days, without air conditioning, except unless he crawls inside of his car. Can I repeat the last 10 minutes? I'm trying. I want to thank Keith at AMA Aquatics and LJ Aquatics for getting the video together, and Jason at Jadron Aquatics for sending out the emails. Dr. Redpill says, Susan, do you remember the ridiculous one? I used to be Ridiculous Fish Adventures. Yes, I do. So you are now Dr. Redpill. Well, thanks for reminding me, because when we do name changes, unless you let us know and we're in the chat when it happens, we have no idea. We need to put an announcement up when we do a name change. This is Ridiculous Fish Adventures, new name, Dr. Redpill, and run it for 30 days and then rechange your title. That's what we need to do. It is not going to work. But I wanted to let everyone know that we have reached $105 at the GoFundMe account. Yay, Fish Fam. Y'all have come through. And even though we didn't meet our goal of $1,000, that's fine. We've helped people. We've helped 3 families. And today I'm waiting on funds to actually clear my account. They're pending. And I'm going to send some money to another Fish Fam member who's helping his Fish Fam, his family that has been hurt in these hurricanes. And then I'm going to send some more money to Joseph at JH Aquatics to help him, stay on his feet. The money that we've been sending him has put gas in his car. It's put food in his stomach. And it's helped him, get detergents and hygiene things so that he can somewhat stay civil instead of being so barbaric. Rick says, the only way I knew Dr. Redpill is the Fish Fam, previously known as Ridiculous Fish Adventures, because of his logo and awesome sarcasm. Yeah, sometimes our personalities follow us. Short and Anxious says, yes, I agree about the name changes. Angelo, what's up, man, says Dean. LJ says, be right back, her souffle is coming out of the oven. Okay, let's all head over to LJ's house so we can have some souffle. Fish Tropic says, call your provider and get a deal on your service. Okay, I missed a conversation there, but that's okay. Keith says, from what I heard, he's been sleeping and living in his car. He lives in his apartment, Keith. He's been sleeping the last 5 days in his car so that he can turn the air conditioner on and off to get some relief from the heat and the mosquitoes. And the other day when he posted a video, it was flash flooding there on the island. There was 2 foot of water in the main street. And so he drove up next to the cell tower, and he was sitting in his car so he could have his phone plugged into his car. And then he had cell service by sitting beside the cell tower. So that's how he got that video uploaded. He's wanting to get a tripod and some other equipment for the Chicago aquatic experience, but he hasn't asked me to ask anyone. I think he was able to reach one of the Fish Fam members that was able to help him, so that's good. He's so excited about going, and I'm excited for him because someone told him that he wasn't going to want to go home because he was going to have electricity, running water, and air conditioning, but I know he's going to go home because that's home. And when your heart is in a place and you have you feel like your mission is there, everything will be fine. Cichlid 5's in the house. He's tired, but I hope that you get some rest. I just woke up from a nap. Rogue Aquatic said you got banned for your sarcasm last night. Yeah, we have to keep things within perspective. We want you to have fun, but we want you to have clean fun. We want you to also remember that this is a family, and we are mindful that we have younger people who are also lurking and involved in the hobby. I ask you to keep your foul language under control while you're in the house. We limit our emojis, and we are kind one to another so that you can stay active in the chat. Rick, you're asking, is there a place in Chicago or a Fish Fam member we can send Amazon stuff for JH Aquatics? I believe, I'm not sure, it hasn't been confirmed, but you can ask Jeremy at Sergeant Tank whether or not he was able to help or not. And if that's a dead end, let me know, and I will get with Joseph myself and find out. LJJH is not married, and he doesn't have any children. He has a dog named Jasper, and he has a girlfriend named Jenny. Teresa Cookie says, my 11-year-old daughter's watching this stream as well. Well, good. I wanted to say hello to Teresa's little girl. Hi. Cichlid 5 is asking, who here has a leopard gecko? I don't know if there's anyone present that has a leopard gecko, but I do know that River Life and Jason at Jadron Aquatics, I believe they have leopard geckos. So check them out. King Lee's in the house. Hey, King Lee. Oh, Dr. Redpill says that he did nothing wrong last night. They thought his name was a spammer account. Yeah, according to our visitor, Korean visitor last night in Rick's stream, had a very interesting um, channel name after you interpreted or translated it. She said, "Hi, Miss Susan." Thank you, Teresa. Yeah, you start knowing that you're making some ground when you have a bunch of trolls in the chat and haters. Yeah, I want to disable that. Let me see if I can. How about that? Is that better, Rick? Hey, you can't see it. Keith says he just got some more fish from his local fish store. You should see in a video soon. Oh, wow. Okay, great. Thanks, Rick. Um, hey, Gina. How are you doing tonight? Are you having dinner with family? Vals is asking if anybody keeps sunfish. No, but I've eaten them. No, I'm just kidding. Sun perch. Are sunfish related? I know they're a cichlid, aren't they? Dean says I'm half Korean. Yes, you are, Dean. Onion Haseo. Chris Guston is in the house. Hello, Chris. Keith says, I also have a small import order coming in from Rio shortly, expecting arrival next Tuesday. Wow, that's cool, Keith. Jenna says, no family dinner tonight. Rob Hicks, hey, Rob. Hi, Susan and all the fish fam. I'm not going to remember everyone that was in that video, but I do know Rob was in that video, and I want to tell you thank you so much, Rob, for your thank you. And Jenna, see, and Angelo. Angelo's in the house. Angelo's part in the video. Michael's Fish Room. We had Dustin from DH Aquatics, and Paul from Paul's Cichlids, and Mike from Fish Freaks, and there were so many of y'all in there. Y'all just blessed my heart. You know you did. Short and Anxious says, how's my guppy projects going? Great. The 2 tins behind me are full of half moon mosaics. My blue-green Moscows still have not dropped any fry. But those females are big. I think I'm going to get some frozen bloodworms or from some frozen brine shrimp and give them a couple treats, so that will encourage them. I think they've adjusted well to my water. My water is about 7.0 on the 7 to 7.2 pH. And I keep crushed coral in the aquarium. Dr. Red Pill says he's half human. The Amphibian Fish Channel's here. Hi. Oh, Rob. Okay, Dr. Redpill says, Susan and Rob Hicks, he banned me yesterday. So upset. Okay, y'all play nice. It's time to forgive. Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow may never come, but today is right now. LJ says, when I got the idea, I had no idea it would get as big as it did. I'm so glad that it did. Thank you, Leslie. LJ, I appreciate you. Angelo says, I'm happy you enjoyed the video. I'm so happy I got to be a part of it. Yes, thank you so much. It touched my heart. My husband's watched it. A few of my friends have watched it. And y'all just make me melt. But together we stand. I can't do all of these things that I've been able to do if it wasn't for your all's help. Together is what makes us wonderful. Cichlid 5, my self-cloning crayfish passed away last month. She crawled out of the tank, and I think she wound up in the bathroom on top of where my bug man had sprayed pesticide, and so she didn't make it. But she had one good molt, which was wonderful for me to see, and it was a wonderful experience. And she also had one drop of baby crayfish, but the fish that were in the tank ate them all. King Lee says nothing but love right back at you, Brother Dean. Fish Tropic says forgive and forget. Okay. Keith said to Angelo, yes, thank you for taking part. I'm amazed we managed to keep it a secret from Susan. So thanks to everyone for not letting it slip. Yeah, y'all did good. Y'all can keep a secret. I know, Rob. I know y'all were joking. It's hard to tell when I joke sometimes because when I'm joking, it still sounds like I'm correcting you. That's just me. AMA says to Fish Tropic, I concur. They should kiss and make up. Big hugs. Okay, only once. Rob Hicks Aquariums, my feelings are hurt. The clowns didn't show up for my live stream last night. Yeah, Rick, it seems like they only show up when Rob shows up and when Lumpy Dog shows up. Y'all see my scarecrow in the background? I have a scarecrow in the background. Rob says to look in the closet. Susan, Short and Anxious says, glad that you've been able to restart your Guppy project, Susan. I like the mosaic and the Moscow strains too. Yes, and I bought the mosaics from Carlos, the fish nerd, and Ken Lee gifted me the Moscows. I still have some strains of snake skins going downstairs. So many fry being born. I've lost some of the large females, but and I sold 10 Corridoras, and I still have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I bought, behind me, I thought I bought 4 autocinchlas. Do y'all remember when I brought home the angelfish and the 4 autos? Well, within 2 weeks, I knew those were not autos. They're algae eaters. And they are crazy. They're aggressive, they're skittish, they're territorial, they're all over the tank. They've gnawed my wood almost down to new bark. There's something else. LJ, the self-cloning crayfish, is a special crayfish that was found, I believe, in Germany and made its way over into the United States. And self-cloning means she can berry up if she's happy and if she's eating well in a healthy environment. And she can have over, depending on her age, between 100 and 300 babies at a time. And each one of those babies are female crayfish that are self-cloning crayfish. So you can see how they can be evasive and not legal in some states, because if they're ever released into their natural waterways, they can be quite evasive against livestock and But anyway, I enjoyed seeing a few of them. I didn't get to raise any of them out. Hi, Chris One. Welcome to the stream. Dank's Tank's in the house. Hey, Dank. How are your poison dart frogs doing? It jumped, LJ. LJ says, I almost let it slip. I was trying to email Keith and had typed my name in my email address accidentally. Dank's Tank says he's waiting on his care package still. Tropico. Dr. Redpill said that valves, nope, never seen them, unfortunately. I think they would be illegal in Australia. And Rob Hicks said, you got to say LOL at the end, Susan. Oh, Keith said that wicked scarecrow. Yeah, he's real scary. Rick said my snakeskin guppies are going downstairs. I'm impressed. Yes, I have two 20 gallons downstairs. I have one, the snakeskins. I have the red, the yellow, the blue, and the green snakeskin mixed going on in the 20 downstairs. And in the other 20, I still have the remnant of the half black turquoise, but I don't see too much turquoise coming out anymore. It's mixed with reds and mixed with the Endler spots that come out on the body, but they still have large delta. They still have large delta caudal fins and long dorsal fins. So it's a slow-going group. I'm going to introduce some more half blacks to that group and see how they do. It's my own strain that's been going for a year and a half. So, Sometimes the strains get weaker instead of stronger. So mine's been through disease. You all know that. Um, so it's just time to bring in some other genes and see how that goes. Red-tailed Dalmatian platies I've seen. All right, dang, that would be pretty. Dr. Redpill says, do you only keep small fish? I have a 55 that has gouramis, a common pleco, and then I have a 25-gallon that is angel fish only. And they are the Altums or the silver striped angels. I don't know what they're called. Rob Hicks says, send away, doctor. I got guppies coming out of my ears and they're mad, I tell you, mad. Dank says, Chinese algae eater. I'm not sure if they're the Chinese algae eater or the Siamese algae eater. There's two different strains in there. 3 of them have that solid black line that goes down the side of their body. And then one of them has the checkerboard squares that goes down the side of its body. And I'm not real familiar with algae eaters, so I don't know which one is the Chinese, because when I got them from my local LFS, they actually, because of their size, when I brought them home, we all actually thought they were autosynclus. They weren't labeled as algae eaters. Teresa's got to go. Got to get back to psych class. Okay, Teresa and Teresa's little girl. Love ya. Thanks for stopping by. See you next time. Perhaps, Dank, autos are angels for sure. Yes, I love autosynclus. I have 1 autosynclus. I have 2 betas. And 1 common pleco, which is a rhino pleco. And she is beautiful. Jenna, I can't wait till you come and, and see her. Oh, everybody, I want you to know that there will be a surprise stream on Thursday. Don't know what time yet, so look for it. And I have a special guest. Red Pill says it's really hard to get good guppies in Australia. Well, you should go across the pond to the Virgin Islands, and they have them in the creek. You can wild catch them. That's where JH Aquatics is, on St. John's. Okay, Fish Tropics says, what did I hear? I missed. Sasquatch says, I know it's illegal to collect native fish here in Colorado as well. As a fisherman, I believe it is because you could raise a state record. Yep, they don't like competition and they don't like you messing up the natural ecosystem. Sometimes the natural ecosystem could use some help. Excuse me. Autos in a group, you'll never have diatoms or algae again. I still have the hair algae though, Jason, and that's due to probably when the tank was cycling. And it could be in my water, who knows? Short's got to run an errand, and we'll be back to check in a few, Susan, when I get back to see if it's still going. Okay, honey, be careful. See you when you get back. Let me see, Chris. I missed something. Guppies need minerals, particularly big females after laying fry. Yes, I give What kind of minerals, Chris, were you talking about? Because I have the crushed coral, some inkfish bone now, like for birds. Yeah, we call it, is it cottle bone? No. Is it a cottle bone? But I have some aragonite also I can put in. But it'll buffer my water, so I have to be careful how much I put in. Depends on the species. Cichlids, dank tanks, some carry their eggs through a tadpole stage in their bag, and most will lay in a pool of water in a plant, but petri dishes of water are more common in the hobby. That's so interesting, Dank. Jenna says, I have a male guppy fraternity instead of a female beta sorority. That's good. How many males do you have going there, Jenna? Do you have the 3 or 4? Or did you go get you some more? Rob says, hit the like button, everybody. Chris says, let's all push the like button together. 1, 2, 3. Fish tropic hair algae phosphates from my experience. What are you dosing with? I'm not dosing anything in that aquarium. So it might be in my water. Might be in my town water. Like I said, it's in the water. I want hair algae, but I can't grow it. Only brown in my tanks. Man. Rob Hicks, Dr. Ridpill says, good one. I hit the like button like you said and broke my phone. Dank says, has anyone sprouted plants with H2O2 directly in the tank? You can ask JH Aquatics because he's been dosing H2O2 directly since his power's been out, and no, very little air movement with his pumps. He can only have his pumps on a couple hours a night. Oh, has anyone sprayed plants? Sorry, how did I say sprouted? Has anyone sprayed plants with H2O2 directly in the tank? Bob has at Steamfied Aquatics. I hit that like button, but what about you? Fish Tropic says algae. Yeah, we talked algae and the planted tank last week, and then Thursday night, Jeremy at Sergeant Tank and I did part 2 of the planted tank, and we ended up turning it into the dirty tank. CJ says, supper time, y'all have a great stream. See you, Jane. Thanks for coming by. Dank says frogs are easier than fish, LOL. Jenna says 4 males, 4 male guppies. Rob Hicks says, Red Pill, what did you hit it with? Jason says, check your water for phosphates. Okay, I got to get a phosphate test. Fish Tropic, but I could be wrong. You're probably right. Rob Hicks says, we Canadians are the nicest people around, and if you don't believe that, I'll come there and hang on Susan. And hang on, Susan said, play nice. Fish Trumpet says, I leave hair algae. Molly's will eat it. I like hair algae. It's natural to me. And when you've got good water movement, how it moves in the water is just so pretty. I'm at the bottom of the chat, everyone. Rob Hicks Aquariums, I have a guard Aussie bass, a pit bull JD, a killer blood parrot called Sergeant. A killer. Fish Tropper said, if you have phosphates, no saltwater tanks, Susan. Yeah, it probably wouldn't be good. It would kill everything in the tank, and I'd be fighting algae forever. Gonna need an RO system. Okay. Well, I don't feel that energetic at my age to start saltwater tanks, so. Sasquatch says, so long as it's not a viewing panel, I always leave my algae alone. If anything, it helps with the nitrates. That's a good subject since we're on water chemistries and minerals in the water. How many actually test for different minerals in their drinking water? Salt water is so easy. Once you learn how to mix the salt water solution and then add it to your tank. Dean is sharing my Facebook group. Thank you, Dean. SLC Aquatics. Val says, what is my dream tank? Actually, I am enjoying my 55-gallon. I don't want anything any bigger. And I enjoy having my multiple size tanks, my 5s, my 10s, my 20s, my 25 and my 55s, and my outside mini ponds. So as far as a dream tank, I would say my dream pond is to have a nice goldfish, maybe start adding some koi. I know koi can get expensive, and I would like to have a nice outside pond one day. Salt water is so easy, and once a month water change. I know the color of the fish that you can get in salt water is so nice, even though they're catching more fish for the freshwater hobbyists, like the killifish and the corbenzi and the German blue rams and stuff. Rob Hicks Aquariums, Canadians and Americans are really nice, to be fair. Rob Hicks says, I so want a salt tank, but I can't afford it at this time. Fish Tropic says, I do. I will never drink tap water. And I like small tanks also, Fish Tropic says. Rob says, you're good peeps too, Dr. Red Peel. LJ says, I'm back. Kids are ice creamed. Good. Dr. Red Peel says, Fish Tropics, compared to the junk most of us eat, the water is the least of the issue. Dean H says, thumbs up to LJ. Welcome back, LJ. Fish Tropic, my room will be all 20 longs with 50-gallon low boys. Crazy Diva or Val's, are your ponds up all year round? I have 2 mini ponds out on my front porch, and this is the first year I've had those mini ponds. And I have 4 goldfish, common goldfish. I have 2 in each pond, and they're not connected right now. I want to connect them and create a waterfall feature, and I want to do the water circulation from the lower pond to the upper pond through a filtration that creates a waterfall. And this would be my first winter, so I'm gonna be doing a test. I gotta bring my plants in though, because my plants are house plants. Fish Dad's in the house. Hello, Chad. Good to have you with us. Jenna says a koi pond is my dream too. That's awesome. And Jenna, you have a nice location for it. We'd be sitting out on the back porch all the time. Or if you want to sit out on the front porch. See, you've got a beautiful place. Oh, you got so many choices. Probably be better out front, wouldn't it, Jenna? Val says big tanks all day. Sasquatch says, I live in Colorado and grow indoor plants. I'm always watching my water. Good. Do you have any mineral problems like iron or copper or anything like that in your water? A lot of times well water will have high levels of iron depending on where you live. Dr. Red Pill says, I like big tanks. I cannot lie. LJ says, I just want shelves and shelves of bettas. So LJ, you and D at Down the Wormhole need to get together because she has shelves and shelves of bettas. Also, is it Inglorious bettas? She has shelves and shelves of bettas. Simply bettas. All City bettas. Creative Pet has bettas. Rob Hicks says, Tropic 50 low. How long is that? 6 foot? Red Pill. Yeah, the 50 low boys. LJ says, one wall of shelves of males, one wall of 40 breeders for sororities, one wall of grow outs, and one wall for breeding. Yep, you're surrounded all the way around. Do you buy some cheap small koi, Susan? Oh, you can buy some cheap small kois. Yeah, I'd have to say that some of our Walmarts and some of our local pet stores that gets the koi in, they get them in when they're only 2 or 3 inches long, and they're like $5 a piece. Fish Tropic thinks that 50 low boy is 6 feet. Never measured it. Iron might do it too. Angelo's Fish Tank says, hi again all. Sorry, Susan, I had to jump off for a bit, but I made it back. How's everyone? Everyone's doing fine, Angelo. What time is it there in Canada, Jason and Angelo? Are you all and Rob? Man, I got a lot of Canadian folks in here tonight. And then AMA is in England, and it's probably in the morning there, isn't it, Keith, in England? How did y'all fare with the Hurricane Ophelia that came through? Dr. Redpill says, Susan, I really like my guppy tub. I can sit and watch it all day. You've got a tub of guppies. How big is your tub, Dr. Redpill? Jenna says, out back, more private, less sun. Yep. But you don't want your ponds to be under trees, Jenna, because the leaves will clog up your filtration and muck up your water. Keith says, Susan, you are so getting more tanks as in having a rack system so can fit more fish tanks on it. Yeah, my room downstairs is on a concrete slab. My house is on a concrete slab. It's a 2-story cinder block home. And this office is on the 2nd floor. So I really don't want to keep adding much water weight up here. That's why I took my 20s down. But I took my 20s down and added my 5s and my 10s, so I really didn't lessen the water weight up here at all. I just dispersed it around the room. So downstairs would be the only room that I could set up a rack system and change all of my outlets out to ground fault CI outlets. Rod just replaced the outlet on the front porch for me since I'm constantly running electricity to pumps for my my outside goldfish ponds. LJ says I have 4 males, 6 females, 8 guppies, and 10 blue dream shrimp. Ooh, cool. Yes, Chris one says Inglorious Betta and Jenny Lee. I forgot. Excuse me. I forgot. Jenny Lee has bettas, and y'all remember Jenny Lee in your prayers. She's taken a break from YouTube for a while, and when her family situation improves, she said she promises to be back. Did anyone watch Joe's video today, The King of DIY? No, I did not. What did he do? Yes, down the wormhole, Dee has bettas. She's a betta freak. And don't forget Hop's Art Studio. She has bettas. And Corey Dora's. Cameron's in here. "12:52 a.m. Oh, Cameron is AD Aquatics. Hello, AD Aquatics. Thanks so much for coming by into the stream tonight. And thank you so much for your part in the video. I appreciate you so much. Dr. Redpeel, it's almost 11 a.m. in Australia. Rogue says, I'm in England and I'm 13. My goodness, Rogue, I had no idea you were that young. Everybody, I'm 13 plus several years of experience. Fish Tropic, I might do a few tubs depending on space. AMA says it wasn't a hurricane, it just a little wind. We've had a lot worse. Good, Keith. I know they said at one time along the coast of Ireland it was causing 80-foot waves. LJ says, Rogue, it's past your bedtime. Love those holding tubs, Jason says. LJ says, Rob Hicks Aquarium, you mean the scape off? And then Jason said, how big is your guppy tub? Angelo says, hi, Cameron. I'm a little behind on chat. I hate water weight. My ankles get huge. Oh, I'm sorry, LJ. Dr. Redpeel, it's Susan. Only like 15-gallon currently. It's an old baby bath, LOL. It's spring in upside down land. It's spring in upside down land. Oh. That's cute. In Australia, it's spring. Awesome. I'm coming to Australia so I can have spring all the way, all year long. Rob says, my pond in the living room is doing great. Yeah, Rob, I forgot you moved it in off of the patio and brought it in the house. Rogue says, oh no. Oh my. At LJ Aquatics. Oh, that's too funny. Chris says, yep, Rob, I saw a contest in the UK fish tour. The reef tank was huge. Fish Daddy, where'd it go? It jumped. Laughing at LJ. AD Aquatics says, hey again, Angelo. LJ says to Fish Tropics, King of DIY did a scape off in England with a British professional aquascaper. Oh, wow. I bet that was cool. Rob Hicks Aquariums, do you have a video on the pond? Yes, Keith, he does. Keith says he has a 500-gallon tank in the living room. That's like a pond. Yes, that's a glass pond there, Keith. 500 gallons. Are you on one floor or two floors, Keith? LJ says, Dee and I have talked. Great. We want to trade so badly, but getting them from Canada to the U.S. and back is difficult. I'm going to have to smuggle them somehow. Yeah, considering you're on the east coast of the United States and she's on the west coast of Canada, I believe. Fish Tropic says to LJ, watch the scanners at the border. LJ Aquatics, Dr. Redpeel, where is Australia? I'm 13 with 24 years and 1 week of experience, LJ says. My birthday was October the 11th. Happy belated birthday, LJ. Hope it was a good one. No, you want a redo. I remember because you were in the hospital with pneumonia. Val says, what's the dimensions of the 500 gallon? Yeah, that's a good question there. Come on, Keith. Chris says, but I'm mostly opposite partisan of salt water, except for clowns and horsefish and I don't know what that is. Damoiseles? Damoiseles. The one they breed in captivity. Dr. Redpill says to Rogues Aquatics, I don't know you are a baby. I didn't know you were a baby. LJ said to Dr. Redpill, my parents spent 3 weeks in Adelaide and Cairns and loved Cairns. And it jumped again. Thanks to Victor Stagg. It sucked spending my birthday in the hospital, but I survived. Keith says, that's far enough away from me. Ireland is around an hour's flight from here, and they did get it a lot worse, but my brother-in-law lives there, and he said it was nothing as bad as the news made it out. Good. They were hoping that it was going to downsize to a tropical storm anyway. Fish Tropic says, I smell that chicken curry in the air. Val says, you can stay with me, Susan. Thanks. Chris says, Midnight Oil, greatest Australian band. Rob Hicks says, yes, AMA, look at my all tank update video. Fish Tropic says, Susan, you need a Fish Tropic shirt. Okay, you're going to send me one? Send it on. LJ says, see, I've got a collection in the back. So I take donations because I can't afford to buy any more t-shirts right now. LJ said to me, you and I can be jet setting. We'll follow the warm weather. Yeah, I'm ready to go to Australia. Angelo says, how are your ponds doing, Susan? Angelo, they're doing well. This morning we were in the 50s and they were still swimming around in the bottom of the ponds. It got up to 66 today, and no more 80 and 90 degree temperatures right now. I think the warm weather does return in another week or two, but we're going through that transition into fall, and I'm going to bring my my plants in. I have the lily and the pothos ivy. I'm going to bring that in, even though the porch is covered. It's open on 2 sides, and I guess I want to try to get those plants in before the first freeze. So I'm leaving them out as long as I can to help with the filtration in the ponds. And I do believe I'm going to have to research and think about maybe increasing the filtration once I remove the plants, because we know the roots of the plants help to keep the water parameters within the pond. So I don't know of anything that will winter in the pond. So if y'all have any suggestions of any plants that will winter, and I've probably waited too late in the season to put any floating lilies or anything out there. And I'm not sure, but I don't think the flowering hyacinth is legal here, because it's been reintroduced to some of our natural waters, and it's evasive as well. Jenna says, AMA, that's in your living room? Wow, that is awesome. Yes, Jenna. LJ says, why do we not have a fish fan transshipper? There was somebody that was checking into that, and I cannot remember who it was, to save my life. Talk to Flynn. He brings back fish from Corey's all the time. Oh, cool, LJ. Rob Hicks says Bob just posted a video titled Tragedy in the Fish Room. Oh, I need to go check that out. Keith says the dimensions of his tank is 5 foot by 5 foot by 3 foot. Wow. Chad says 300-gallon marine land, deep dimension, has been running for 2 weeks, and I can't wait to put some fish in it. Awesome. 300-gallon marine land, deep dimension. What are the dimensions on a 300-gallon? Because Keith's is 500-gallon, 5 foot by 5 foot by 3 foot. Would it be 3 foot by 3 foot by 1.5? Close, huh? Angelo says, dang, Keith, that's a lot of weight. Yes, it is. Anyone know how to become a trans-shipper, LJ says. Red Pill says, AMA, if you get sick of the tank, plus send to me in Australia. Please send to me in Australia. Fish Tropper said, I'd send you one for the collection. Message me on Facebook, Susan. I will, Jason. AMA Aquatics, tank stand and water. It's a lot of weight, plus there's a 3-foot tank under the main tank as a sump. Wow. LJ says, I only have one t-shirt. AMA Aquatics sent me one. My current shopping list is Susan's, Rick's, and V-Stag's if he has one. Victor doesn't have a t-shirt, does he? Do you, Victor? Red Pill says, Susan, my auntie and uncle spend summer in England, then summer in the South Africa. Awesome. Rob Hicks says, Susan, you need to put a link to your Amazon and Patreon accounts in your comment area in all your videos so we can help you. Okay, Rob, I will. I fall short on all of that stuff because I actually battle with asking for money. And the Amazon store goes away on the 20th. So I'm going to be pulling the Amazon link down anyway, Rob. Thanks anyway. Thank you so much, Rob. LJ says to AMA Aquatics, one of my moss balls is browning. Any suggestions? They're in the same tank, and one is happy, and the other is browning around the edges. AMA says, Susan, it jumped, is sending me a shirt, I believe. Yes, I'm trying to send Keith a shirt. I haven't been able to purchase it yet because I might have to start over. But I know you asked for the old one. Yes, I am, Keith, sending you a t-shirt out of the old logo that's on the purple shirt right here. Let me see if I can zoom in on it. Can't see it very well, it's blurry. Susan for SLC Aquatics has got a wave underneath of it and a couple, 2 or 3 fish diving in. Fish fan boat crossing from Australia to Canada, passing by UK, Belgium, and Hawaii, Chris says. LJ says Pothos will probably winter over. It isn't an aquatic plant, but I swear in the event of nuclear holocaust, there will be nothing but cockroaches, Twinkies, and Pothos. Oh. LJ says, I'm going to start looking into becoming a trans-shipper. That way I can do it right. Keep hearing horror stories. I have a good friend who speaks and reads Mandarin, plus I speak fluent Canadian. Awesome, LJ. I'm going to I'm going to come get a mermaid costume and swim in your tank. It's probably because you have to put it in the tank after a long journey to you and will melt back a little. The tank with the rope fish crashed and most of the fish died. Oh no, Rogue. Sorry for your loss, honey. Just start over and don't be discouraged. I think the first guppies I had, I killed them all. Val says, wow is correct. Fish Tropics said, I made a 280 deep marine land. LJ says, do you, to Mr. Science Geek, do you have a par meter in your sciencey type stuff? And Fish Tropics says 4 foot high. Wow, that's high. That's 300 gallon. LJ Aquatics, I'm not big enough to have shirts, but I am honored you would ask that you would want one. You're not big enough to have shirts. You don't have to be big, Victor. Victor, I hope that you and the family are doing well from your previous loss in your family. I still think of you and pray for you. Fish Dad Chad says it's 6 foot long, 3 feet wide, 27 inches tall. That's why they call it a deep dimension. 6 feet long, 3 feet wide, and 27 inches tall. That's a deep 300 gallons, Chad. I know you can't wait to get fish in it. I can't wait to see the videos. Life with Pets is here. Hello, Sheila. You can now do an Amazon influencer page. You just apply and give your YouTube details. Thank you, Sheila. I'm going to check into that. The toxic fish. How long have you been streaming, Susan? Because my Wi-Fi is not good. It says streamed 6 minutes ago, but it has been longer. I started at 6 p.m. an hour ago. So if you refresh your, if you're on your phone, close the app completely and reopen the app and then come back to the live stream. If you're on a computer, refresh the little curve with an arrow on your browser, and it should come back up. It should sync. Jenna says she is crying. I don't know why. Just found out we are having a gushing water leak. Have to shut our water off. No. Well, I pray, Jenna, that it gets fixed really, really fast. In Jesus' name. Keep me posted. LJ says, just for your information, I accept t-shirts as belated birthday presents. That's the one, Susan. Yes, in your own time. Thanks, Keith. I'm really behind. The headaches never stop, Val says. The lady who raised $800 for others had a hard time asking for money. LOL. You're worth all to all of us, Susan, and I would feel honored to be able to help your channel. Oh, Rob, thank you. My Patreon account is up. If one of my mods could grab it, I'd appreciate it. Keith, can you grab my Patreon page link and post it in the chat? I'm scrolling up and down the chat, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not doing too well tonight. little low-keyed and laid back. And sorry, Jenna, please, honey, I hope everything goes all right with your water leak. That's just never good news. Angelo says he's got to run. Okay, Angelo, thank you for coming by, sweetheart. See, my clock says 7:12, and his bye-bye. Let's see, bye, everyone. If you're still streaming in a while, I'll come back and watch. Okay, Toxic Fish. If you just press the F5 key, it will refresh your browser page. Rob says, sorry, LJ, I still have my senses, so I can't help you right now. Victor says, Chicago bound. Chad, I'll be in my trench coat and either Bob Steamfont's shirt or Sergeant Tank's shirt. I know you all are getting ready for the aquatic experience in Chicago. Thank you, LJ, for posting my patron link. Anybody want to become a patron for $1 a month? I've just started adding patron-only content, and I have a poll up right now asking you to vote what you would like to see on my patron page. And I know Keith and the Turtle Girl, and we are missing the Turtle Girl tonight. I haven't seen her. Yes, Jason Chaz actually has been in a couple live streams. He was in my live stream Thursday night. He was in Bob's, I believe. No, Bob's. Yes, he was in Bob's on Monday night, I believe. He's real busy at school and I think starting a business. Rob says, guess what? I just joined. Hee hee. Thank you. Thank you, Keith. Thank you, LJ. Thank you, Rob. AMA says he beat me to it. Victor says, I won his shirt. Fish Tropics says, can't wait to see the videos from that. Yeah, the aquatic experience is going to be really special this year because we've grown as a fish fam community, and there's several of the fish fam that are actually going to be there. Can you do a one-off payment on Patreon? Vows, I have no idea. I'm just learning. I think you can adjust your payments. You don't have to do it monthly. And then there's some content that I can even raise the amount from. If you want to see that content, you'll have to pay like $5 a month to see it, but I'm not going to play that game right now. I'm getting established in it. I'm learning its rules and regulations. Keith's been doing a patron page for a while. He may have a little bit more experience. Keith, can you answer Crazy Diva Chick's question about can you do one-off payment? Has anyone heard of an AE type thing happening in Virginia in a few months? I haven't, but have you and Rick heard anything? I know that fish store there, LJ, might be sponsoring one or being a part of one. Sergeant's in the house. Hey, Sergeant. Hey, Jeremy. Maybe a little teaser of who's joining you live Thursday. He, he, he. I did a little tease. That's all you're getting. Because God forbid anything should come up that they wouldn't make it, but I am having a YouTuber visit me on Thursday, and I just can't wait. I just can't wait. I hope the plans go through and nothing stops this person from getting here. Crazy Diva Chick says you can or join for as little as $1 and see all the content. That's what Rob says to Vows. I have some public things posted and I have some private patron only. I have 1 or 2 patron only things. And I want you all to look for my release on Monday the 30th. I did a little Halloween video. It's not too scary. And it is fish related. Yes, you can, Susan, set up a PayPal me account and you can set one of them up. Yeah, I know. I have a PayPal me account. I just don't post it. I am road tripping with my childhood friend to the aquarium experience. It's a 10-hour ride and I am pumped to meet everyone. Victor, that's awesome. LJ says, if not, I am seriously considering setting up a fish con. All right, LJ. Keith says patron is a monthly one, but you can just pledge an amount and then cancel it before the next month. Thank you, Keith. Sergeant says, awesome, Susan. LJ says, my boyfriend was talking earlier about stripping a piece of metal from my tank stand and he was teasing me. And I told him to either strip or tease, but not both. He laughed hysterically. It took me 5 minutes to get the joke, derp. And Keith says, you could post it on your description in each live stream. Thank you, Keith. Fish Dad Chad says to Victor, I only live 2 hours from Chicago. Well, are you going to make it, Chad, to the aquatic experience? Can you imagine all of these fish fam people going to the aquarium experience, aquatic experience, and posting their own videos? Then we have to create a playlist so that everybody can see everyone's video work. That would be cool. I can't type in England today. Yes, I mean to say England, not English. Can you even get tickets for the Chicago experience? Yes, they're online. I did have that saved. I didn't set my web up good at all tonight. My OBS software did an update at the last minute, and I was hoping it was going to work when I logged on, because the last update I did, nothing worked. The video didn't work. The audio didn't work. And I even thought about, instead of going live on my live event, I was going to delete the event and just do an impromptu Google's Hangout. But I woke up late, and after a good long nap, the wheels don't go as fast as they used to go. LJ says it's a 12-hour drive for her. 4 hours from Toronto, Jason says. We don't get any aquarium shows in upside down land. Oh. Well, you're going to have to create one, okay? Well, guys, it's going on 7:21. It hasn't been much fish talk going on, but there has been a little bit. There's been a little plant talk. There's been a little aquarium talk. There's been a little aquatic experience. Jenna says, I would love to go to the Chicago aquatic experience. Yeah, she's got her little frowny face. Me too. I'm not prepared to go this year either, so I'm going to miss all of you, and it's just going to be a great experience. Catch up with Corey and Jimmy and Bob and Jeremy, and everybody look for Joseph from JH Aquatics. He's going to be able to be there. And Jeremy, earlier someone asked if there was a way to get any Amazon stuff to the aquatic experience for Joseph. And I did ask them to message you, so I don't know if they did or not, and I can't remember who it was because I told him it wasn't confirmed. I don't know whether or not Jeremy was going to be able to help Joseph with some things that he wanted to get before he got up there. So if anybody can help with that, I'd appreciate you all talking amongst yourselves, messaging each other. Those of you that are not on Facebook, on our YouTube channels, if you have set up your page correctly, there is an About section in there, and you can private message people on YouTube if they have an About section on their page. And you can always send me a private message if you're not on Facebook, or you can email me at score48@yahoo.com. We're not buying Joseph a generator. He is on the list to receive a generator on the island. Of course, they're waiting for them. Even if we bought him one, he couldn't receive it because the shipping is still really slow. The post office has a couple of his boxes in holding because their generator went out, and they're transferring some of the mail to another mail delivering post office somewhere else on the island. Chad says, "Oh, I'm going. Great." Sergeant says, "Susan, he messaged me. Thank you." Great. I asked him to. He's been reaching out. He's been showing up. He did a video. He's been making comments. He's been showing up in chats every once in a while. Leslie said, "Getting to Chicago wouldn't be the issue. I just have to find a place to stay." Is the hotel filled up by now? If we got him one while he's in Chicago, he could check it and bring it with him. No, he's in a flight. So, it costs more money to check large items like that. Rob Hicks posted the link to the aquatic experience. Thank you, Rob. I'm going to close this stream out for right now, everybody. I appreciate you. The chat will be open for a few more minutes after the stream, and you can post any comments after this stream pertaining to Joseph or pertaining to the aquatic experience. You can post anything you want. I will update the description box with the links to my Patreon account, my PayPal account, and even though I'm close to 600 subscribers, it's going to take a while to get to 1,000 for the super chats to be activated. But I love you guys. I'm going to continue doing what I can to help the fish fam out. I'm always here. You can call me, text me, message me, email me at any time. And I want you all to remember Victor. I want you all to remember Corey at Aquarium Co-op. I want you all to remember Jenny Lee. I want you all to remember Carlos, DPK, and his family in Puerto Rico, JH Aquatics. I want you to also remember, my mind went blank. Anyway, those that are in harm's way, those that are suffering, those that are still having some depression issues. Oh, I know who it was. Jean-Michael. Y'all remember Jean-Michael? He's posted a couple videos. He's really bummed about one of his classes. It's affecting him emotionally. And, these teenage years are very difficult for us, and life itself is difficult at times. So let's remember one another and lift one another up and be there for one another. I love you. This is Susan for SLC Aquatics. See you next See you this Thursday. I love you.